Well, I'm pleased today to welcome John Nodurft. He's the Director of Government Affairs with ISSA. And this is a straight talk segment that's going to get into what the Advocacy Department is doing. And we'll talk about a couple of issues as we do that. So, John, welcome. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing great. Hope you are as well.
Why don't you share with our audience just a little bit about what your department is doing?
Yeah, so it's been a crazy couple months. Obviously, everything kind of changed when the COVID-19 started ramping up. Obviously, we were on the front lines trying to make sure that the cleaning industry stayed open, the full supply chain, as stay-at-home orders were coming down. And all along the way, we've been working with whether it's federal, state, local policymakers and regulators to try to figure out how from our industry's point of view, what they can do to make sure that we can stay open and be effective in terms of, being those frontline folks fighting against the spread of this coronavirus and COVID-19. So it's been a really busy few months, and now we're kind of looking to the future. What does the cleaning industry look like? How is it regulated? What can we do from a public policy or regulatory standpoint to make sure that there's enough disinfectants, hand sanitizers, making sure that our frontline cleaners are protected, they have the PPE, liability protection. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on, and obviously it's been quite busy, but it's a good problem to have.
Yes, it is. I do want to ask about the work tax credit in a moment, but before we do that, you just mentioned a whole bunch of stuff that's going on with the advocacy. Where can folks find that information?
Yes, so I would go to issa.com/advocacy. It's right on the front page. It's got very good resources there, both if you want to become active. We just crossed the 500 member mark for our Advocates for Clean. It's free of charge, and you can register there. And basically, we just say, hey, if you want to be updated on everything that we're doing from an advocacy standpoint and want to be engaged, sign up there. We just ask you a couple simple questions, and then you'll get our relatively regular updates via email and those types of things.
Yeah, I believe I got one today, actually. So good work on that. Yeah, well, and congratulations on the progress that you've got with those numbers. One more thing today on Straight Talk. Tell us about the Clean Start Back to Work tax credit. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so the back to work tax credit was something that we ISSA led the charge on and been working with Congress, and as well as a coalition of I think we're up to almost 24 other trade associations who have endorsed this idea. And it's really simple. It's a tax credit that businesses can use towards cleaning and sanitary conditions in the workplace. So if it's $25,000 up to $250,000. It's basically on a per location spot. So if it's let's say you own 10 McDonald's restaurants, you could take the full $250,000 tax credit. So basically subtracting from your tax liability at the end of the year. So what does this cover, right? That's kind of a critical thing. So one, it could be used to train and certify staff. So obviously, if you do in-house cleaning, you're able to certify or train these staff. Buying the right products, so upgrading any sort of product, buying those critical cleaning products which are on EPA's List N. Or you could also use it to outsource cleaning to one of our wonderful professional cleaning contractors. So that's another option. One of the things that we were talking about, though, that we added in was actually can also be used towards PPE. That was a big thing that we heard from a lot of the members and a lot of the coalition members about why that should be part of this kind of total looking at the workplace kind of holistically and things that need to be in place so that you can have a clean and safe work environment.
Tell us more about where people can get information and take advantage of it.
Yeah, so this was it's been formally introduced in Congress, bipartisan from Representatives LaHood and Murphy. So it's a piece of legislation. We're continuing to work on Senate and House of Representatives trying to get support for it. And obviously that's very critical to have our members weigh in. It's as simple as sending an email. You can go to our action center. I mentioned where to go, issa.com/take action. You can go there. It takes 20 seconds. It's already kind of pre-filled out. But that's really critical. We really want as many of the ISSA members. If you think this is a great proposal, reach out to your congressperson. Send them a quick email, give them a quick phone call. It'll go a long way in terms of moving this forward legislatively. And our goal is really to get this in the next stimulus package. It's a tight window. We're expecting something to come down the pipe in July, maybe August. It could drag out, but time's of the essence, and we really need your support.
July and August, you mean this year?
Yes, this year.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, John, I appreciate you coming on to Straight Talk, and we'll do another check-in later. I know you were one of my first guests when we started Straight Talk. I think that deer or moose behind you was there at that time.
He was. I'm still not sure what it is. I haven't really figured out if it's a reindeer, a moose, or whatever it may be. So.
Well, I hope someone will one day send an email or a text or call us and let us know what that is. So,
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Thanks, John.